Not too much gay shit though, eh? Not too much gay shit though, eh?
I will do all the gay shit I please.
What?
You heard me.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
I only spilled a little bit. That's an improvement. Okay. Ow. Ooh, I tugged my earring. Yeah, alright, sorry. I guess I will like intro or something. That water tastes like it's been sitting in a plastic gallon bottle in the hot sun all day. But I'll go with it. Hello, my name is Shantel from Shantel is Probably Sorry. I had like 5 slices of pizza for dinner, but then also I had alcohol. So I'm not 100% sober, but like I'm not drunk. I don't think, no, I'm not drunk. I will be able to understand everything that's happening, but I just thought I would like, you know, give a disclaimer that I am not 110% sound of mind. Mind? Shit. If you'd like to skip my introductory comments, check the description for the time the reaction starts and the time the discussion starts and the time the bonus starts, because my Orphan Black videos are like my longest videos, and so I might as well put a thing in the description for people to know where what starts. But these are my, well, you can't see it and I'm not leaning forward. I have things to say about Casima, I think Delphine, and PT Cruiser and Rachel. In Kendall, I did also have things to say about Susan and Ira. So those are mainly what my intro comments consist of. The episode is 506 of Orphan Black, called Manacled Slim Wrists. Let me make sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm pretty certain that I am. Okay, wait, too loud. Also, in case nobody has noticed, when I move one hand, the other one moves. Just fun fact. It's like nothing I can control unless my finger is in a fist. And I'm sure you can't see me adjusting the volume, but like even when my hand is in a fist, you can still see the muscles in the hand moving. It's just that the finger itself is unable to move. But yeah, that's me using my index finger to adjust the volume. So it is pronounced manacle, by the way, that it's some sort of genetic mutation that hinders the communication between the hemispheres of the brain, so that it doesn't communicate properly when it comes to my hands. So like the signal is sent to this, but then it's also sent to that hand. So that's just basically, it's called some sort of mirror or something. I don't know what it's called exactly. Whatever. I've never read The Island of Dr. Moreau, but I'm pretty sure there's a monster on the island that Dr. Moreau creates a monster, correct? Because they discussed that in the show. Well, isn't it interesting, because they are on the island of Dr. Moreau, that P.T. Westmoreland created the monster that Giannis became. I just thought that was interesting, and I feel like they did it on purpose. Also, those flashes that Casima had last episode, before the flashback themselves, the flashes of her in the basement, though they are used artistically to kind of like a previously on Orphan Black type of thing, even though they are used artistically, this show is usually very deliberate. The thing I say about this show, which actually the only reason I'm saying this now is because I have stuff to say about Kendall, or at least to mention. I might go more into it in my rewatches, but for now I will simply mention something I saw about Kendall. This show is very good about small details, even though they sometimes miss huge ones. This show is very intentional, so those flashes that she has had them before. Right after Kendall was shot, which that's not even what I was going to say about Kendall, but here she is. Right after Kendall was shot, Casima had those flashes of being in that situation over again, and she had the flashes of being stuck in the basement. They're like PTSD flashes, and I expect that she will, if this show remains consistent, see flashes of Giannis being killed in front of her, and I just think that's, you know, a thing to her personality. Oh, Susan and Ira. The reason I don't know how to feel about them is because simply the age difference in their relationship does not bother me. It does not bother me. What bothers me sometimes bothers me is the fact that he calls her mother, and it's very Oedipus. So, I mean, that's just the only thing. It's like, not that I get incest vibes, but simply the dynamic of the relationship in which she... That's all I'm going to leave it at. That's basically how I feel. The only discomfort I express towards their relationship would be because of the fact that she is supposed to be his maternal figure, or has previously been his maternal figure. That's the discomfort. The discomfort has nothing to do with their age or anything. It's just that. Oh, in that flashback scene with Cosima and Delphine, the way Delphine just shut the laptop when she was saying it doesn't matter. I don't know. I felt like that whole Kofi flashback scene was important anyway, but like noticing that, I think I noticed it the first time, just didn't say anything about it. It's just like, I don't know what to say, you guys. I mean, it just seemed so important. Like, symbolically, like, hey, this doesn't matter. Forget it, you know. Forget this ever happened. And so, Mean Santa Claus is apparently known as the Messenger. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's known as the Messenger, but I call him Mean Santa Claus because of Stanley. Again, the episode is called Manacled Slim Wrists. And Cosima is locked up. And for those of you who don't know, manacled is a type of shackled, to be shackled. And so I wonder if anyone else is going to end up getting captured. I'll save the thing about Rachel and PT Cruiser till the end. Cosima wearing the tux. That was supposed to be, I mean, I picked up on it, but I picked up on it further later that that whole episode, some of the statements that were made, I'm talking about 505, some of the statements that were made, as well as Cosima wearing the tux, were supposed to be statements about women's individualities, as well as a statement against the patriarchy or the patriarchal system that has been set up by PT Cruiser. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. That's rude, isn't it? Sorry. Even in the comment, this is what he does. He divides women. Patriarchal statement. Delphine at dinner. Yeah, I know last episode I only commented on the fact that Delphine was like looking at Cosima like, bitch, what you doing? But she was also looking at Cosima like, bitch, like, what you doing? Like, you know. Like, appreciating Cosima's gall, but at the same time looking at her like, hey, you're going a bit too far now. So like, on the one hand, Delphine appreciates what's happening. On the other hand, she's like, hey, like, chill out, dude. Sally and Jean. Jean, as in Gene. I don't know. When I wrote down Sally and Jean, I wrote it down Gene. And so, I mean, that would be like not like an Easter egg, but something similar, a little cutesy thing if Cosima's father was named Gene, as in Gene. Well, yeah, I mean, how else would you spell it besides Jean, which is jeans? What about Gen? Sorry. The point is, Gene, cute little tidbit in there. So, Kendall. I'm not going to go into it completely here, though I will probably go into it during my rewatches when we meet Kendall. In casting the actors that they casted to play Kendall, they made a mistake. To my knowledge, as someone who is able to understand the science as well as the hypothetical science that they discuss on this show and understand exactly what they're talking about, they made an error in the casting of Kendall. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. I had dinner with someone last night. Her name was Kaya. She is also able to understand everything that's happening on this show, science-wise. And she was like, yeah. And I brought it to her attention. She was like, yeah, I noticed the same thing. It's about the clones being the phenotype, which is the physical representation of a genotype, and the fact that blue eyes, recessive genes, brown eyes, dominant genes. The point is, I'm not going to go into it now, but I will go into it later. They made an error in casting that actress as the original. But that's just something I noticed. The thing about Rachel, I know I wrote down, what is she trying to prove? I was thinking about it more, and it's really interesting how much I'm focusing on Rachel. I think it's because she's had the most drastic change this season, and she's the only clone that I don't like or am not passionately protective over. And I'm not sure if that bothers me or what it is, or just I'm noticing more and more complexities to her character. For example, I think she's very insecure. Part of her is very insecure. Part of her is very strong. And she has a lot of anger, but that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking specifically about feeling as though she has something to prove. And her not growing up with her parents. And PT taking advantage of that. He is manipulating her, and it's actually very sad to see, even though every time I see Rachel's character, I'm like, bitch, you know? It's still upsetting to see, because it's like, I know you're manipulating her. I know you are, and she's vulnerable to it, because all she wants is to feel as though she has a purpose, or to feel as though she can be her own person, or to feel as though she can do these things or prove these things, or to have a father figure that which she never had besides Aldous, and even then she was away, you know. She's just lacking in these areas, and she's trying to fill those voids whether she realizes it or not. And I think that's part of her connection to P.T. Cruiser, P.T. Westmoreland. That's why she's so connected to him. But anyway, I think that's about it. Rachel is just, I'm finding more intricacies to the character. But I know we're seeing Crystal this episode, so ooh, I'm ready for the laughs, you guys. I'm ready for the laughs. Let me turn the volume down. I don't want to see that. I'm not trying to see spoilers, you know what I mean?
Hey guys, I'm Crystal. And I'm Bree. Welcome back to our channel. Before we begin this week's segment, we just want to give a big shout out to all of our subscribers, because there are now 15,000 of you! Oh my God! Yeah, and we love getting comments from you guys who can't really speak English. Yes. So adorable. It is. Your support just gives us strength and courage to keep exposing the lie.
I would watch Crystal's YouTube channel, let's be honest. I would watch it. I would so hard.
You'll be amazed how the curls like totally spring through your head. What?
Oh shit. It made her so much.
I know. It's so hard to watch. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. With what exactly?
She's been poisoned
Oh god.
by Big Cosmetics.
Jesus Christ almighty.
What about that is confusing?
Girl. Oh. I'm not gonna be able to handle this episode, am I? I don't want to sing. I didn't sing Winona Earp either. I just don't. I'm not in the right headspace. Oh, Jesus.
Diets here for Kira.
Mr. No, I have this man's name written down. Watch me find it. I got this. Chill out. Frontenay.
Can I barf this morning?
So I hear.
No, Mom, I want to go.
Suspicious. Did they make her sick? Never mind. Or is she like legit sick is what I'm saying? Or are they just like pulling off another scam? I dropped my penta.
Hey. Ring a bell? What do you his livestock now?
No.
It's my own punishment. Come on, break the spell. Talk to me. Talk to me. Where are you from? Where are you from? Think of my needs, please.
And he's gone. You did so well, babe. You really did, love. I'm sorry. I mean, you should be done being sick. Syrup with ipecac usually just 3 good pukes.
So what the hell, Ed?
You see the source who got you Cody? I have more than one source. And you know when to leave well enough alone. Meditate.
In case I haven't mentioned it, I'm saving my comments for the end.
What are they on about? She's been poisoned, okay? Probably by those Swedish neolitionists. Like that Russian guy whose hair fell out when they put a nuclear bomb in his tea. Is she actually necessary? Because she's so rude every single time.
Okay, she's an operative, like you, Crystal. Okay, so right now we just need to stick to the facts. Now, you said that they were targeting a cosmetics exec that you met?
Oh, yeah. He's like an artist in the industry. We met at a trade show.
Girl, he's totally into you.
Amazing company, so ethical. Yeah, and I was totally cultivating him as a source. So what? My deep throat's totally hot. I get over it.
What?
Anyway, he invited us to this really amazing party. Nobody ghosts Crystal.
It's difficult at first, but you get used to it eventually.
Alright, guys, just grabbing this document that could...
That was a play on words, and I'm not even going to make a comment on it. Rachel, you bitch, shut up. I'm sorry. Why am I so rude to Rachel?
I'm here to make sure it's not fatal.
Do you remember who I am?
John. Of course I remember. But no one else does. If you think we don't need the myth, you've gone mad.
Was I?
With fortune and fiction. That's how patriarchy works. John, what is your point?
Your fictions, your lies, your crafty little
Remember what I said about the...
All to push your craze.
Remember what I said about the patriarchy? Awkward. I'm gonna rewind that. I knew she was getting out.
Why would Neolution be expanding into cosmetics?
Well, because it's a $700 billion industry for one. More research dollars than cancer.
Piss off.
Is Crystal actually like right?
Oh, it's got to be connected to Lin 28A.
I do not know why that girl does it.
Seriously, you don't?
When I say has Crystal been right, I mean has she been, like literally been right this whole time when we're all looking at her like, damn, you stupid, you smart but you stupid. That's the thing about the girls, they're all smart in their own way. Like Allison, very smart, even though in some ways they are also lacking, each one of them. They are all very, very skilled in their own way and very, very intelligent. Oh, actually, I gotta write something down about Cosima and Crystal. It's that wig, you guys.
If I have to, I'll hustle Rachel.
Done your part today. Now it's my turn. Wait.
Yeah, Crystal.
Crystal. I love you. You got it wrong. Like, Len is like Mr. Vegan King of the industry. Like, he would never sell his company to diet.
Okay.
First, you and that Australian girl are gonna like mess the whole thing up.
Okay, look, Crystal, I think the best thing for you to...
Australian girl. I low-key feel like that was a reference to all the people back in season 1 who were saying that they thought that that Tatiana was doing an Australian accent for Sarah. I low-key feel like that was a reference to that. Jawline, A+. Is that a green screen in her glasses?
Yours mutation?
Yeah.
Elena's fetal stem cells? There's a pet project I could use you on. They've developed the most ingenious delivery systems I've been got.
Frankly, you're all too insane.
Yeah.
I would still like to learn about myself.
Whoa, glitching babe. Glitching babe is glitching.
She's evil.
Don't hurt Susan.
I locked her up to keep her away from my science. Did her? I should have killed her when I had the chance.
I don't like this. Yo, Ari got his eyebrows arched for this.
Take a blood.
Yeah, you should take off your sweater, Brie. What?
Sorry.
I don't care.
help me take off my sweater?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe I'll just... You can hold my hair now, yeah?
Crystal's gonna ruin everything.
Oh, jeez. Crystal, can you... Crystal?
Crystal is gonna show up at the wrong place. Already care how I feel.
She never even tried to fix you, did she?
Crystal,
Awkward.
you took off.
Because
I
it's
told you to leave this to us.
kind of true.
It's because I have a surveillance kit and an earpiece.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I am texting you the passcode right now.
See, Crystal is actually pretty damn smart. She's an airhead, but she's smart.
I look cute, right? Crystal, don't yell. I can hear you.
Just be careful. Zip might not be the guy you think he is.
Oh, he's cute. Sorry.
Hey, Crystal.
You look nice.
What are you doing? Crystal?
No, Crystal.
Keep it together.
Mm-mm.
Do not kiss him. Hey, Crystal, come on now.
Pull back. Think of your roommate. Shut up.
What?
No, stop. Stop. Don't yell.
I'm not gonna get him to talk.
Okay, then talk to me. Len, why didn't you return my calls?
Alright, Crystal. There's another person Tatiana's had to make out with. In my rewatches. Look here. So I've only watched up to 107 because I stopped to make sure I finished season 5 before I kept watching season 1. But look, it says Tatiana's lips have been on many people, and so far she's only kissed Paul. This sticky note is for my rewatches. So I think Tatiana's had to kiss like 14 or 15 people in this show. And when I say kiss, I mean make out with. But yeah, I just thought I would keep track of it while I'm doing my rewatches. That's another name. That's another on the list when I get to it. Should I add that now? Yeah, I should. Okay, because I'm not doing a rewatch for season 5, so I'm adding it now. So this guy's name is Leonard. There are now 2 ticks on that Tatiana's lips have been on many people list.
24 hours later.
You guys, it's literally been a full 25. Yes, I'm wearing the same hoodie as I was last night. Don't say anything about it, but it's literally been a full 24 hours since I've recorded Orphan Black 506. And I was on Twitter, and I knew that Tatiana's boyfriend's name was Tom Cullen, right? And I knew what he looked like, but I hadn't seen an enormous amount of pictures of him, so I didn't know what he looked like, you know? It's not like I've seen enough pictures of you to instantly recognize you. You guys, the man that was playing Leonard, aka the man that Crystal was making out with, is Tatiana's real-life boyfriend, Tom Cullen. They've been together for a few years now. Fun fact. I mean, I didn't realize until I was scrolling through Twitter. I would have never realized. Unless I'd been scrolling through Twitter, I wouldn't have realized that that was Tom Cullen. Anyway.
Steer him to Dyad. Don't make it obvious.
Len, you sold your company to Dyad.
Bitch.
Because we're insiders, Len. People in the beauty game talk.
Because I'm like a whistleblower. Don't kill Crystal. Do I ship it? Low-key, like a little bit. Oh. You know, Scott's not been laid on this show.
That's so interesting.
Scott's gonna get laid. It's Crystal's thing.
Okay. Well, Bobby. He's like somewhere around here. What's that?
Oh, stop it. Ah, stop it. You're making me wet and I'm super mad at you. Well done. Thank you.
But it's a business, you know? I have shareholders. How's that industrial money? That woman say I dress.
Just give me a minute.
didn't even like my vlog. I'm peeing and then I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
No, you will not kick him in the balls.
Okay, he's at the door. I know he's at the door.
Oh, Crystal.
Jesus Christ, woman, how stupid are you? It's the thermal delivery system. It's what Diane wants. It's the next big thing in regenerative therapy.
Dermal delivery system.
They made the rabbit's hair fall out.
Yes. Cute panties. Crystal's like adorable. Whatever. It's not Aisha, is it?
What's happening here? No, the child Aisha has died.
Catch these hands. I'm not processing this.
Aisha died?
No bad news for Kazima.
Oh my god.
Why isn't Kira a dyad yet?
I'll take care of it.
Yes, you will.
And you won't.
Yes.
Yeah. The morphine and the thingy thing. Why did I call it a thingy thing?
You glitching?
I don't know if I can make it.
Oh, is that Rachel? Bitch.
Hello, sweetheart. Would you like to come recover with us? Okay. Good girl. Rachel, look at me.
Kira in the hustle. Kira's kind of put on the hustle. Kira's smart.
What are you doing in there?
Mind your
More of
business.
Westmoreland's experiments?
That's my medicine. That's my cure. I need that. Just let me leave with my sister.
Please just let me leave.
Let her go. Thank you, please.
I heard 1,000 blended notes.
What? Through her fair works, did nature link this human soul that through me ran?
This music is like A+.
If this belief from heaven be sent, if such is nature's holy plan, how much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man.
Oh.
Virginia, what's that?
She was trying to kill you. No. I was trying to save us all. I grew up on boats.
I don't think they're coming.
Is ever gonna die? I mean...
Susan?
Is Susan?
Susan, we have to go now?
You mean to tell me? Stop this, please. You see, I'm refusing to cry. Thank you. But this is not fun. Okay? So that just happened. You know what? F you. Sorry. That was probably rude.
give me her back.
I don't want to see any next time on Orphan Black. Thanks. Yeah, I think I'm done. LOL, I refuse to acknowledge what just happened. What the? So you mean to tell me? Never mind. I'm not acknowledging that, right? I'm obviously going to acknowledge it because it has to be part of my discussion, but like, what the heck? So, I don't think I have as many outro comments. That was Orphan Black 506 Manacled Slim Wrists. First of all, great to see Crystal. Was looking forward to her. She did not disappoint. I think Crystal is pretty darn amazing and pretty hilarious, first of all, but also brilliant in her own way. I love how the sisters have become sisters over the seasons, and by the next episode, by next week, I will have read the, not as though I'm going to give spoilers for it, but I will have read the Orphan Black Deviations comics 3 and 4. I've only read 1 and 2 so far. The point is, I'm reading 3 and 4. And then I also love how the sisters have become family over the course of these 2 seasons, and I also love how Sarah has become close to S over these seasons. Yeah, I wrote down Ipecac because in the beginning I was like, is this a hustle? She's not really sick, is she? Blue Zone, that's just the name of the cosmetic company. John, Percival's real name. A lot of stuff I write down is for me. Crystal. One of the funny things is, here's the thing about Cosima. We know that Cosima is the smartest of them intellectually. Again, the clones are all smart in their own way. Cosima is the smartest that we've met intellectually. MK probably could have been pretty high up there, possibly, but we didn't get to see enough of MK to really know that. However, the way Cosima talks, she uses a lot of slang, and interestingly, someone I was watching the pilot with and the second episode of season 1 with, when, you know how Cosima kept calling Beth, called Katja, then called Beth, and she was basically talking to Sarah, who's pretending to be Beth. Chris was like, you know, she sounds really ditzy. Like, the character sounds as though she would be ditzy. And I was like, interesting you say that, because Cosima is the smartest that we've met intellectually. But her voice, obviously the way in which Tatiana plays Cosima and the way Tatiana plays Crystal are very different. But the usage of slang in both Cosima and Crystal are extremely similar. Sometimes it's like I feel as though Crystal and Cosima have the most similar voices or the similar patterns of speak when it comes to discussions on things that are not intellectually based. Just normal speaking. They have very similar voices, and as well as the raspiness to their voice, because you know Tatiana kind of changes her voice depending on the character that she's playing. So I think that Cosima and Crystal are very similar on that, and I thought that was really something to be noted, or at least something I noticed, that the smartest of them that we've met intellectually and the dumbest of them that we've met intellectually have the most similar voices, or just have such similar voices. Dyad is just actually trying to sneak things into cosmetics now, which would mean that Crystal, though she was misguided, was partially right. Oh, we gotta love Crystal. Interesting to hear Mud's story. I don't know how to feel about Mud, because we've only seen so much of her. We know that she is, not that she's compelled by emotion, but she yearns for caring. And, you know, I mean, in her relationship with Giannis that we've seen, how she cared and protected him. In her relationship with PT, and we hear more about how she was apparently a junkie who, you know, failed herself and failed her family. And I mean, Mud obviously chose to side with PT because she believed that what he was doing was for some sort of higher cause, as well as her connection to him and the fact that he saved her life, which now means that Susan is dead. And I'm choosing not to process that, but I genuinely felt as though I could have, that pretty damn sad, like, not a joke. Not a joke. I don't know. Especially, like, Ira being there with his nose. There was a lot in that scene. This show is just very good at doing things like that. It's a good show. It's a good show, you guys. Especially for someone who notices things like that and analyzes scenes like that. Because regardless of whether I'm writing these things down to share with somebody, I usually process it in my mind. But I'm just writing it down so I don't forget to say it. There was if you've seen my 501 reaction with Stanley, I mentioned how I thought that at least one clone was going to die because of a promo I had seen in which Kira said, "I can't feel her anymore," which is what she said right after MK died. And I bleeped that out of the video as to not spoil it for anyone who hadn't seen the promos. But then Stanley was like, "I think a few of them will die." I was like, don't say nothing like that. But I didn't think he was wrong, specifically because of the fact that I think Tatiana at Paley Fest said that we have had to say goodbye to some of the clones this season, or that she's already had to say goodbye to some clones this season. Everyone was like, "Hey, what do you mean? You mean to say that more than one clone dies?" So either it was a slip of her tongue, or another one of the Lita clones would die, or that was simply a reference to Ira, because Ira, unless he gets some sort of cure, is going to die. And oh my god, I don't know how I feel about this whole thing with Susan dying, because I mean we only knew her character for a season and some change, like a season and a half, besides what we see in the comics, because I've seen her briefly, very briefly in the comics, the Helsinki comics, I think. We don't really see that much of her character, but still, I feel as though something has ended. I feel as though something important has ended here. And I'm probably gonna have to think about that more. Anyway, so I think that's gonna be it for me today. It was great to see Crystal. I feel like I wonder if Crystal's going to actually be introduced to Clone Club. I mean, she's been introduced to Clone Club, but she was like, "So this is what you think I look like?" Which is hilarious. It's something that Crystal would totally say, but like, anyway. So I wonder if she's actually going to start to believe she's a clone, or if we're just going to let her sit in that blissful ignorance for the rest of the season. I'm pretty sure I'm done. Just taping this. You guys, look. I finished an entire page on Orphan Black, and I'm taping this sticky note currently. Wow. Ugh. Well, in other news, Cosima and Charlotte are heading back to the mainland. Hopefully they get there safely. This show, if they are smart, would not let anything happen to Cosima. But would especially, would not let anything happen to any of the clones, but still. They're gonna do shit that we don't want, that I don't want. Because it's like this relationship in which I know that for the sake of having conflict, things are going to happen to my characters that I love, but I don't want anything to happen to my characters that I love. You feel me? Yeah, that's basically how it is. It's like, I don't want anything to happen, but I know that shit's going to happen. That's just how it's going to go. There's no denying that. I mean, if I think of anything during editing, again, it'll be in my next week's introductory comics. That's like the third time I've said comics instead of comments. I think my brain is trying to tell me to buy the Deviations comics. I'm reacting to the rest of the season, as well as having... It's only a surprise because I'm not telling you what it is. So by the end of the season, you should know what the surprise is. Or maybe a video after the end of the season. But it'll be there. But anyway, I'm reacting to the rest of the season, then doing Orphan Black rewatch. Oh God, sorry, just stressing, just thinking about all the shit I have to do besides this channel. I have a lot of responsibilities, or at least enough responsibilities to the point where I'm pressed for time. Yeah, rest of this, Winona Earp. Oh God, I watched Winona Earp 24 hours ago, 36 hours ago, and still have not been able to edit the video because I've just been busy as shit. I'm going to do that tonight. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to finish Winona Earp. But I'm watching Winona Earp Season 2. I am doing DC's Legend of Tomorrow, but not a lot of people seem to be interested in that, so why do I even mention it? I don't know. It's there. Check out my channel if you want to. I mean, like, do what you want. But also subscribe if any of the things I've mentioned interest you. Also, I am going to be posting Pretty Little Liars 7B, like episode 715-ish to 720. Yes, I'm going to be posting all that. Subscribe if any of those things interest you. Like the video if you liked it. I know I talk a lot, sorry. I hope you're having a great existence, and I guess that means bye. Ooh. Science-wise. You know what I was thinking today, you guys? Whoops, whoops, whoops. Typed in the whole episode title instead of just Manacled.
Incredible, sexy, effortless.
Why this
fabulous.
bitch
The
got
great thing about this
curlers?
is that what you need are these cute little colorful bendy straws.
I don't buy it. I blued my shirt. Hoodie. Heading back to the mainland. I think that I think that Cosima. What if it's Manacled? Anyway, you know what I was thinking today, you guys?
Manacled.
Okay, wait, too loud.
You are backed up. Get over it. Okay.
Realizes. Oh, that tastes gross. I dropped my sticky. Yeah. Already had to say goodbye to some clones. PT Cruiser.
Huge acquisitions in healthcare, the health system.
I almost dropped something very important and expensive. LOL dudes. Only read 1 and 2 so far, and just didn't really have any money to afford to. The point is, I'm reading 3 and 4. Oh, wait, don't kill Krister. Krister?
They like product tests on bunnies and humans.
Wow. Guess I'm done with that. Sorry.
Not a good idea.
That is not a good idea.
That was my
Crystal, though, she was misguarded. That's uncomfortable. My dog should. I'm not gonna say anything to them until I'm done recording this. Hey!
Lies.
Shut up!
Another lie.
Thank you.
Regardless of whether I write this thing, I just threw scissors at my window, for those who are wondering. Why? Why are you barking, dude? Exactly what she said.